Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Fu. So today I want to share with you about my experience with dealing with fear. So about fear, I think not all fears are bad because certain fear will help us prevent us from doing something dangerous, right? But I think unnecessary fear will prevent us from performing our best because when we're in fear, our body is in fight or flight mode. So if we're in that mode, our logic thinking will be shut down to save energy for our fight flight. So if you're in your exam, you are in fear, then you are not going to get the best score of the exam. Is that right? So before you go to your exams, I want to share with you about my experience of dealing with fear. So I think there are three types of fears. One is fear of future, fear of things gonna be something bad doesn't happen, and then second is coming from the past. You have some experience from the past really scare you, and that memory stick on you, and that I think that's fear from the past. And there is a type of fear is dealing with current challenge, and then fear of failing of a current challenge is the fear that will lower your performance in your exam. So I want to share with you about the method to deal with fear of current challenges. So if you ask other people how do you if you're feared and you're scared, what you gonna do? People probably gonna say take a deep breath. I asked ChatGPT. It also suggests to take a deep breath. But does it work? The answer is yes and no. Yes, is because this is the right method. Because when we're in fear, we're gonna breathe more shallowly, and that will increase the CO2 retention in the blood. If you have a lot of CO2 retained in the blood, there are certain type of cell in our amygdala will sense that, and because those type of cells sense the CO2, they are going to activate other type of cells in amygdala to start the fight and flight mode. And guess what? When you're in fight flight mode, you're going to continue to breathe shallowly, and that will continually elevate CO2 level in the blood, and that will activate more amygdala cell, and then you're going to spiral down, and then until your fear becomes really, really intense, and that will really prevent you from perform your best, right? So at this point, if you take a deep breath, that will pause the amygdala, because when you take a deep breath, you exchange CO2 and oxygen more efficiently, right? This is the right method, but why it's not working is because just once it's not going to work. So my experience is when I feel myself in fear, I force myself to deep breathe for 20 times. In 20 times. Now, sometimes like 15 start to work, but usually 20 times is the best time. If you do that 20 times, you will feel like your brain is more efficient. You become smarter somehow. So sometimes if the fear is too intense, I will feel some discomfort in the chest. And after this 20-minute deep breath, those discomfort will go away too. So it has been working pretty effectively for me. But in order to use this method, you really have to consciously know that you are in fear. So you can use this method. So if you're not like realize that even you're in fear, you just let the fear in control of you, and then you're in this fight flight mode, and then your performance will be lowered. So the first step to stop fear is realize that you're in fear, and then take deep breath 20 times. So when I'm saying deep breath, it's like you breathe in as hard as you can, and then you let go. Feels like everything you don't want, just let go, and do that again for 20 times. So my point is, when you go to your exam, before you start, ask yourself, am I scared? If so, take deep breath 20 times before exam start. And you will feel more comfortable when you're doing the exam, and because you'll feel more comfortable, then you're going to perform better in the exam. And this method not only works for exams, that works for your important events, like you have to go interview or your public speaking, etc. Okay, so this is my experience with dealing with fear, and share yours, your tips, your experience. How do you deal with fear, especially during exam? I would like to learn other method too, so I can share with my students in the future. And that's all I want to talk about today. And y'all have a good day. Bye bye.